Scooby-Doo is everyone's favorite boomer and vintage lens enthusiast. And I like this Tokina ATX 28 to 85, 3.5 to 4.5. It's a two-touch zoom. I took it to the park 2 days in a row. And of course I went down some other byways and highways. And the Bailiwick of Bevferwick is a strange place. It's got these rolling hills with little valleys or ravines between them. And it's all full of rocks and blocks and big boulders. And they all look like a lot of them have been cracked in half, like a giant took a big club and cracked them in half. Was it lightning strikes? Was it earthquakes? I don't know the history of this place, but it's pretty bizarre. It's quaint and pleasant, and it's 10 minutes away, and there's 1,000 acres. So of course I go. Now that the weather's warm and the bugs are out, well, that season has ended. But this is on the Z50. Excellent combo. Of course, I got to use 10x live zoom magnification to focus it, but it's worth the effort. This is a fantastic lens. It's a fantastic lens. I can't say it enough. The fact that I got it so cheap. I guess it's an orphan lens. Nobody wants it. But Tokina made a whole series of excellent optics that are available cheap, and they're readily available too. And I would recommend buying this over this. Except if you really, really want autofocus. My copy has troubles. I'm using the FTZ adapter. And my copy has troubles, and you got to go into the menu where you could just autofocus and play with it until you get what you want. But I don't think it sticks or something, or stays, or something's drifting in it. This is the version that doesn't have IS. So the only thing it's got is you control the aperture through the camera, and you got the autofocus. Now you could shut the autofocus off, and this uses the 10x magnification, and you could get pretty decent results. Although I really don't like this focusing ring. It's like an afterthought, so I want to lock you into autofocus. So although it has full-time manual, as soon as you let go and push a button, it zoops back into autofocus position. So and it has dust in between the two front elements, right? This one and the second one's got a lot of dust. But, you know, I'd have to see how you could take it apart, get rid of that. And it's all plastic. This is all metal, except it has rubber rings here. I can't say how fine a lens this is enough. And if you could get them cheap, like for 50 bucks, you'll thank me. You'll say, Boomer? Wow, you're everyone's favorite boomer. Thanks a lot. That's how good it is. But don't take my word for it. Look at the slideshow following. So I got the Tokina ATX 2885 f3.5 to 4.5 recently, and I went to the park and I was so amazed with it. I left it on the Nikon Z50, and the next day I went back and I took some more pictures, which I was glad I did. Of course, it's in the Bailiwick of Bevferwick, which is a 1,000-acre park. It's only 10 minutes from where I live. And, you know, hey, it's a great park to live next to. You know, some people live next to the Himalayas or the Alps, or maybe they live next to the Grand Tetons, or, you know, some swamp in Florida, or anywhere, you know, like Zion or the Grand Canyon. No, I happen to live next to this little 1,000-acre park, and it's very pleasant and picturesque. And I'm a retired gent, so I go there when it opens up at 8 o'clock and everyone's at work. And I really like the fact that, you know, at the most maybe I'll see 2 or 3 people. Sometimes you say hey, and sometimes you don't. And I seldom seeing the same people twice. But it's a nice park to take a short walk. You know, I don't want to spend 4 hours there. I got stuff to do around the house, or relax, or whatever. And now that it's this was taken in April, here's a guy on his kayaking. The bugs are starting to come out, and well, I guess I won't be back until October, you know, when things get cool and there aren't so many bugs around. That's just the way it is. So it's a really cool place, and I would take pictures of things like different barks of tree. I'm looking at texture, or, you know, the patterns of tree branches against the skyline. You know, just to experiment. What is it like to take pictures of things that you see all the time, but differently? Just as Max Planck says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's what I'm trying to do, you know. Uh, and it's testing this lens for fine detail, far away, close up, different zoom ratios. Since it's a variable aperture zoom, if I set 28 millimeter f8, 85 millimeters at f11. Luckily, the Nikon Z just automatically picks the correct shutter speed for me, and I'm happy. But generally, I just don't like variable aperture zooms. I always look for constant aperture zooms, and this way I can maintain whatever exposure I want. And you know, you look at the ruins of rotting wood, the bones of the earth. This is the bones of the earth sticking out. How it's all covered with lichen and moss. Oh, there are these duckies there. I guess they were getting ready to do the old procreation business. But there was other two male ducks there, and I guess they wanted a piece of action, and they were standing off like a couple feet away, seeing if they could sneak in. So I took a series of these pictures of these duckies, the female duck, the male duck. Now you got to remember, I must have been 40 feet away. This is a 1-to-1 crop. I have a crop sensor, and look at the detail in these pictures. It's a fine lens. It's an outstanding lens. I'm glad I had it with me when I took a walk in the park. And this is by, they call this the wing dam. Look at his feet in the water there. That's trippy, isn't it? And they start doing weird things with their feathers. I guess that's part of the mating ritual, this pruning business. And I hung out for a while, but then I realized I gotta get back home and finish my walk. And it's a good thing I did, because as I was walking back, and 2 minutes later, this old couple came up. Of course, I'm an old man. I would fit right in with them. But they would have disturbed the whole atmosphere of this thing. So I'm glad I left anyway. But look at these all 1-to-1 crops. That means out of this 20 megapixel chip in the Z50, I took a 1-to-1 crop to fit into this movie frame and check it out, how good it was. Excellent, excellent lens. Fantastic lens. Highly recommended. I mean, look at his feet in the water. These guys. These are the bachelor ducks trying to get some action. And of course, I was using a fast shutter speed to capture the chicanery of the water as it cascaded off the rocks. They paid a guy to place these rocks, believe it or not. I remember when he renovated the dam and they were done, this guy was there. He was placing the boulders around to get this artistic effect. So here's the alpha duck is chasing the other two ducks away. Ha 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 ha. Stay out of my territory. And here there's like a squadron or something. Quack, 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 get out of here. Get out of here. Duckies. It was amazing. You know, I go there all the time. I know there's wildlife there, but mostly you don't see it because I stomp around like a big stupid human. I'm not quiet like a hobbit and sneak through the woods. But these duckies were busy, like I said, with procreating, and I guess they didn't mind me being like 40 feet away or so. So these are just the rest of the park. I mean, it's different trees, old trees getting ready to die, young saplings sprouting up. Here you could count the rings on this tree log if you pause the video and see how old it was. And of course, a bright, beautiful, sunny day, and the blue sky was reflecting off the water, and that's always pleasant to look at, you know. And it's a great lens. It's a fantastic lens. It's unbelievable. I recommend that anyone go out and get this lens. If you can find one for 50 bucks in excellent condition, go for it, get one. And this park has all these boulders all over, and the trees grow between them, and there's all sorts of shadows and patterns and lichen growing on them, and it's just quaint and picturesque. I like being there. There's some waterfalls coming up, and it may be a little noisy, so you may want to reduce your audio a little bit starting now.